Welcome to the Clarity Games with your hosts Lynne, Elaine, and Greg. Let's welcome today's contestant, our special guest, Carlo Bassotto. Now let's play some Clarity Games. Okay, maybe this is one we haven't played actually. Sharing is caring. So for 20 minutes, each player takes a turn sharing the story or an insight they've had that's had an impact on their life. What happened? What was the insight? What has resulted? The other players listen deeply, don't ask questions or comment, allow for silence and reflection as the player indicated they're done. And then at the end, for 5 minutes, once everyone has shared, have a conversation about what resonated for you or anything you'd like to report about what happened for you during the game. So I'm going to set a timer on my phone.
Very good.
For 20 minutes. There's no particular order, so if anyone has an insight in mind or something they want to share, you can jump right in. And if no one...
I can start, if it's okay for everybody, because Elaine knows already that last week I had quite a strong experience, I would say. I'm still working on it, honestly, but I don't know if we can call it a strong, very, very strong insight or a sudden revelation, an awareness, but it was honestly really strong, and I'm still thinking. I'm still in the process of analyzing it and then really understanding the full potential. Actually, it was last Thursday in the evening when we had the master class. Actually, after the first 10 minutes, which was normal introduction, presentation, etc., then there was the standard question, is there anybody okay to volunteer to have some coaching session with the guest we were having, etc. And at that moment, we had 15 seconds, 20 seconds where everybody, we were all staying silent and nobody volunteered, at the beginning. So during these 15 seconds, I started thinking and saying, and I was really thinking, oh, I'm totally fine. I really don't have any topic to discuss. If I had, I would, because honestly, it's really not my problem not to share in front of anybody and having the possibility of being coached by the guest we were having. I was really looking forward to that potentially, But I was really saying, oh, in this period, I'm totally fine. I feel okay, etc., etc. No, and then all of a sudden, I started asking myself, are you sure? Is it really true that you are okay? And then, boom, I started being physically in front of my PC, but my mind flew away for the rest of the coaching session of the master class. I was physically participating, but my mind was totally somewhere else. I'm glad we have the recording, so we can. Because really, it was really a kind of, I was really somewhere else, saying, and I was thinking, oh, goodness me, but are you sure? Are you really happy? Every morning when you wake up, are you really feeling happy, eager to do what you feel it's right for you to do, full of enthusiasm, full of energy, or not? And then I started thinking and saying, no, not at all, actually. I'm still waking up and somehow thinking what I need to do, what are my tasks, the things I have in my agenda, the plans for the day. But being happy probably is something really different from this. And then, wow, another sudden revelation that I just started thinking, goodness me, but what I consider, and I was few minutes ago considering I'm okay, I'm happy, it's totally fine. It's probably what I have been considering for my life, the last 30, 40 years, what being happy. But probably I have never been really happy in my entire life. Of course, now it's my situation is much better compared to what it was 2 years ago. No, 2 years ago. I was totally unhappy, not satisfied, many things going wrong, and so on. So today it's much better. But I really realized that I moved from totally unhappy to not happy, which is not happy. No, so and then I really realized I've never been really happy. And what I was considering being happy actually was receiving some satisfaction, some gratification from having done in a good way, in an acceptable way, receiving also some pat on my shoulder, whatever, from having performed well my task, having done my duty, what was expected for me. But it was never, honestly, or very, very rarely, what I was really feeling I had to do. No, so and then this picture was really shocking. No, oh goodness me, it's something completely different. No, and then I really, my mind was just going, 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 going. So I really started seeing myself at this point like a bird in the cage with now with the door of the cage open, with myself sitting on the edge and just being sitting there, feeling that and being fully aware that my aspiration is really to fly away, to do something different, to explore the forest, to explore what is around me. But then really having a look, and say, really? Am I really allowed to fly wherever I want? Sometimes I still look back at the cage and say, okay, but maybe the cage was not so bad. No, in the end, somebody was taking care of me, bringing food, water. I could fly from the floor to the food, whatever, and so on. No, so it was not so bad. But so now I am really in this situation where also considering what we are studying, what we are learning. So a part of me is saying, great, now that you have achieved this awareness, everything will happen somehow normally. No, you will start flying. I will start flying. I will follow my aspiration. The awareness of this will slowly change my life. And on the other side, I'm also thinking, really, it's just like that. Is it truly so easy? Will it happen? So maybe I don't know, it's somehow maybe potentially a little bit still fresh, but and so I really need to naturally try, I don't know, naturally experiment the first flight, just around to see then fly a little bit more, explore something more in the distance. So I'm really living these days, honestly, and it's been really shocking. No, it's something that I'm somehow continuously. I'm really. It's something so strong. I'm really willing to share with everybody around me. I explained to my wife. I shortly explained to Elaine some days ago, and I'm still really trying to to see, my goodness me, what's that? And then and now, so it's really something which is I really need to get used to this, no? And then totally by chance, I also read again the quote from Sid Banks that Jamie posted some weeks ago about insecurity. It's on Facebook, where it's saying something. Insecurity, of course, it's there, and it's something that you need to face. You may think you can do some trials to overcome this insecurity, but you should really stop thinking about doing trials or trying, because if you continue and you have this this thought of trying in your mind, you will just continue trying, and then this process has the risk of never ending. Whereas just to stop trying and just to start being yourself. Which, if I hear, it sounds so profound, so true, no? But on the other side, there is still a voice saying, really? Oh, don't do that. It's going to be scary. Don't do that. Are you crazy? What's going on in your mind? And so I'm really in this situation that I enjoy a lot in the end, no? But now I'm really curious to see what's going on, no? What is going to happen in the next days or weeks, how this situation will evolve, and that's it, I would say. So, I'm really looking forward to hear your comments. What this experience? What are your ideas, comments, or suggestions? That's it, I would say.
Thank you, Carlo.
Yeah, thank you, Carlo. That was beautiful. I don't know if I feel like changing up the game a little bit and just,
I agree
with the intent.
With you.
That's just such a huge insight that Carlo shared, and he's asked us for our comments and thoughts. So maybe we'll just go with that. And I love your bird cage metaphor. It's like blowing my mind.
Yeah. I only wrote down one word after I was listening. The one word that I wrote was rebirth. It feels like this is entirely new. It just feels so, don't have words actually.
No, it is, honestly, Lynne, I'm really, I would say shocked, but it's true, no? It's, goodness me, I've always lived in a cage doing my task, what somebody else was asking me to do. I was trying to do my best. I was receiving some satisfaction, like a soldier. The lieutenant was saying, good job, Carlo, very good. Oh, fantastic. Then I'm happy. But that's not being happy. Oh, so well, goodness me. So it's...
First word that came to mind is just like pure awareness. And it, how I understand that when something is so huge and so huge,
it's
that it's kind of, or I felt like it's effectively that it's kind of scary to sort of look back and say, Christ Almighty, that's not me.
Mm.
And that's scary. So I understand like how it seems as if Carlo's this insight is so huge. He can't quite yet accept that the whole thing just is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because of course he has, may I share, Carlo, 58 years, yes,
Yeah, of course.
behind
Yeah,
him of being something completely different.
Mm.
But I love the way he tells this. It's so joyous.
Mm.
It's so expansive. It's so huge. I keep saying that word, huge.
Yeah.
That it, if there is any doubt that, can it be true? He said, can this be true?
Mm.
Like that, whereas I understand it, but it cannot but be true.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And the point that I'm really trying to get used to this totally new reality. I feel surprised, Yesterday evening, I was thinking again, and sorry for interrupting, by the way, but I think it can be useful, I hope, to give you some additional information and details. Yesterday evening, I had another metaphor, just thinking about our raft, and the raft that Jamie is very often using in our clarity training. For me, it's just as if I have always lived on my raft in the fog with nothing around my raft. And I was totally fine. There is my raft, etc. All of a sudden, the raft, the fog has disappeared. I also realized that the water around me, it's just 10 inches deep. So I can just literally walk with the water under my knees. So it's no problem at all. Around there is a beautiful lagoon with the trees, so I can just a beach on the corners. Something is so fantastic that I said, "Goodness me, what to do first?" And I'm just sitting there on the edge of the raft with my leg in the water, just playing like that, just stupefied and looking around me and say, "Goodness me, am I really allowed to do this? Having spent my life, my entire life on my small raft in the fog, not being aware of what was around me, So I'm just there trying to really see that everything I'm seeing is true, and it's not a dream or it's not an illusion, that I can really do and walk and try to go explore the beach, look at the trees, etc. So that's exactly how I'm feeling, and maybe it will take some time to get used to this completely new reality, but I'm surprised but totally fascinated, like a child entering into an amusement park for the first time and saying, "Wow!" So that's exactly how I'm feeling. Goodness me! So it's really stuff.
Goodness me.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Greg's just left a message. So,
Oops. There's an alarm going off.
yeah.
His house isn't on fire.
Yeah, well, I hope not, yes.
Oh, Lord. Mhm. Carlo, thank you for sharing. Also, just something I noticed about looking at you. I don't know if Elaine, you're looking at Carlo too.
Yeah.
Is it just me or is Carlo glowing?
No, Carlo is glowing.
He is actually glowing.
Carlo was glowing on Monday as well when we spoke about
like
this.
actually.
Yes. Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's you've never met him, obviously. He's Carlo, you're a tall guy. How tall are you?
188, 1 meter
Yeah.
88,
Oh,
Yeah,
190, yeah.
he's tall. But when he came in on, we meet in a bar, in a local cafeteria, you know, and we share an aperitivo, which Carlo always kindly offers me. And I promise you, when he came in, he was even taller.
taller.
Yeah, and I noticed that immediately. And then he shared.
Greg, your house isn't on fire, is it?
No, if an alarm clock in my son's room was just going off, and my son is nowhere to be found. So I have no idea what's going on. But after about the 100th time of the, I'm like, I have to go take care of this.
That's it. It's enough already.
So I apologize for that.
I was just commenting that Carlo is literally glowing.
Mm,
I mean, like literally, as we look at him.
yeah.
I would be kind of, Carlo, what, like, is if you could kind of come out of your body and go and have a look at yourself from another perspective, or fly on the wall. What do you make of all of that?
Mm.
It's there is just one thought that immediately comes to my mind, which is, oh, finally you realized. So here you are. No, it took so much time, but finally you realized. And goodness me, it took many years, but never too late, no? Better now than never in the end. So I'm totally happy about it.
And is it okay if I ask another question?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And what does all of this look like moving forward?
Oh, and that's really nice, because that's exactly, honestly, what I don't know the details. I don't know yet, no? And but what's surprising me is that I'm really starting now to have some chat with people. You kindly, Elaine, made some arrangement for me potentially to start some coaching activity with somebody I don't know. But all the peer coaching that I'm having fantastic experience, you know. So I'm really enjoying so much talking with people, connecting with people, that first step for me is really trying to, I really feel I want to connect as much as possible with as many people as possible. No? So then what's going on, I don't know. No, it's, on the other side, it's like having a seed, you are watering it, suddenly something is coming out. I continue to say, I'm really surprised. Oh, great. I'm really continue to water it, to take care, put water, etc. What type of plant, a flower or whatever? I don't know, but I feel so uh, full of hope that that's me anyway. No, what's gonna be? I don't know, and I don't care, honestly. No, I don't care at all. It's so beautiful, the fact that something is coming out, and I feel just uh, so calm and confident, I would say, that I just need to keep watering it, and we will see, no? And everything is gonna happen. So that's exactly how I'm feeling.
When you
Thank you, Carlo.
mentioned connecting to people, the image that came to my mind was going back to your bird metaphor. You know, you flying around to other people's cages and, you know, letting them in on
Yeah,
the,
maybe
you know,
knocking on the
Let them in on the
Hey,
secret.
your door is open,
letting
you
them
know.
out.
Yeah.
exactly, no. You can open the door by yourself. If you
Yeah.
need some help, I can do, but be aware that you can open the door by yourself.
Mm.
This
Yeah.
is
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Yeah. I just had this image. The next time Carlo comes on, there's going to be this big sunflower instead of his face.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, so many things have hit me with this conversation, but the idea of, you know, having to do your duty and be recognized by your superior commander, I don't know, whatever, then you can be happy versus I'm already happy. And then I can do, you know, I can operate out of that happiness and see, you know, when you, I just wrote down full of hope, like when you go into the world glowing, full of hope. I mean, it's almost impossible for anything other than good things to happen.
Yeah, it's really, I'll be myself and everything's gonna be fine. It's just that, you know, in the end. It's really that.
So many movies that are kind of coming to my mind too, that like Shawshank Redemption and The Matrix and Finding Nemo, like all these movies with these themes of, you know, discovering that there's a whole world out there that didn't even know existed.
But what is also beautiful is that honestly, I don't regret the past, no? I don't regret what I have been doing or my competencies, my skill, what I developed in my past years, you know? So it's like adding another dimension to something which is existing, no? Like moving on a flatter surface and then discovering that there is also the third dimension that you can move on, no? So it's very positive, no? So I still think I can help people. I can bring some benefit as a technical expert, as an advisor, or whatever. But plus, I am fully aware now that from this different feeling, different state in which I am, I can also try to bring benefit to the people around me, trying to, again, create hopefully the right condition for them to have insight as well, no? And understanding if they are really happy, what's the meaning of their life, what's going on around them, and so on, no? Which is really fascinating.
What I'm hearing, and fair enough, I've known Carlo for a little while now, so he's not new to me, let's say. But what I'm hearing is that capacity that we often talk about, which is resilience. How he, you know, over these past 2 years has consistently moved forward, despite, you know, when you've been tightly in that cage, Carlo, and like even when he was like, you know, barred and covered, so he would also shut up, obviously, like they do with parrots. You know, you put the cover on, they don't talk anymore. You know, he has this resilience that shows through, and it's coming up to its kind of in a crescendo. You know, it's coming up to its peak. It's beautiful, beautiful to see.
I also love this. This is a perfect example of in coaching, like you have no idea how or what is going to make a difference for a person. Like for Carlo, the story you told, like the fact that there was 15 minutes of silence at the beginning of a master class was the spark that lit this whole insight on fire. Like who like, you know, like for you, that might go down as the best master class you ever attended. And nothing even happened in it. Like it was, you know what I mean? Like that's fantastic.
No, exactly.
Something that was coming up for me as we were listening to Carlo there, talking about, you know, recognizing that he's, you know, he's enjoyed elements of his life so far and his work and growing his skills and expertise. But a phrase that came up that I've heard many times is, what got you here won't get you there. And it seems very much that all of what brought Carlo here today has served him, but he's somewhere else now. And that stuff where it's useful is what he's seen is what's going to take him forward.
I also love the idea of no regrets, like the, you know, the path that Carlo's on is his path. Like it was, you know, this couldn't have happened any other way. So that's, you know.
You just needed to open the cage.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Amazing. I think this might be what we hear as being described as a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I think it's that beautiful feeling that Sid Bank speaks about. I think.
The way Carlo says, really? Like it's so full of like excitement for the future and a possibility versus, you know, regret or doubt or whatever. There's just like, it's like even just the way he's questioning it, kind of it, you know.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
Love it. Wow.
I've always struggled with the raft metaphor. I've kind of always chalked it up to like, I just have zero experience with rafts, so I couldn't but the way Carlo, you described the raft and the fog, and then the water's only 10 inches deep and you're kicking your feet in the water, like splashing, having fun. That all totally made sense to me.
Yeah.
And was very relatable.
Yeah. It's almost like now that I'm actually on the other side, that's just ridiculous. You know, how could I have been in such a fog and 10 inches of water and been so paralyzed? You know, and you look back at it and you've got a little tiny stream sort of trickling down, which all you've got to do is one big, you know, bigger step and you're across it and you're off your raft and there's no more fog and like, what? Yeah.
It also made me think of the videos that Jamie shares of them demolishing stadiums and build, you know, apartment complexes and stuff where they just set the charges on the support structures and then the whole thing just collapses. That's like, you know, in those 15 seconds of that master class, your structure just got demolished.
Yeah.
Now you can build a new one.
Yeah. If you want.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Carlo. That was
no, thanks to you.
amazing.
And sorry, probably your game was a little bit different.
No, that's okay. The title of this game is Sharing is Caring, and I think that was a pretty fitting example. Thanks for playing along. We'll see you next time on the Clarity Game.